In this quick video guide, we're going to see how we can create an icon with GIMP, so with the open source software. And you can use icons for apps, or you can use it for websites. So you can use it for many reasons. Now, depending on the use that you want to do with your icon, you need to choose a specific dimension. So if you look for ICO dimensions, you can find a lot of indications from Windows or from other operative system like Mac. And also you can see these are all multiples of 2. So essentially, we're going to use one of these formats, but the process is basically the same. So if you want to know more, just search in Google. You can find all the information about the size. Now, in this video, I want to create a ICO that is going to be 32 times 32. You can see I already have some icons in my computer, which I created previously. There are many ways you can create ICO, but just to show you, I'm going to just drag and drop one of these inside GIMP. You can see that this is the format is ICO, so it's a ICO file, and was originally invented by Microsoft. So I'm just gonna click and drag this inside GIMP, and you can see that ICO is a really small format. So if I zoom this, you can see it's really pixelated. So 32 times 32 means that you're gonna have 32 pixels by 32 pixels. And if we go here to image in GIMP and we go to scale image, you can see that, well, this is actually 16 times 16, so it's even smaller, but you can make it 32 times 32 again. It's up to you, depending on what you need to do with your ICO. So if you want to start in GIMP creating a new ICO, all you need to do is create a new document. And here, when you need to set up the pixels, you can decide those formats. So 32 times 32, or 48 times 48, or 16 times 16. It needs to be a multiple of 2. Now, every browser and every operative system, they have their own size. So again, check those before you continue. Now, let's assume I want to do 32 times 32. So I will define this. I can also create a new template if I want, but I'm just gonna do this quickly. And since I have here my background color as blue, is gonna show me the blue color, but I can change this. I can make it a white background just using the bucket fill tool, and filling it with the foreground color. It's gonna make it white. And there are other ways you can do this. I'm gonna zoom in using the control and the scroll wheel. And if you're interested in GIMP, you can find an entire video course in the channel explaining how everything works in GIMP. So you can see now that in this space, I can draw anything I want. So if I want to make a icon from sketch, I can, for example, select the paintbrush tool. Now the size needs to be really small. And well, I'm just going to reset here, and I'm going to use this really sharp brush right here. So you can see that now it's still pretty big. So I need to make it really small. Okay, so let's say that I want to create a ICO file. I'm going to just type here ICO, and there you go. So this could be my ICO, and then I can draw whatever I want in this really small space. Now, when I finish, all I need to do is go to File and go to Export As, and choose the folder where I want to export this. So let's say I want to export it here into my asset, and you need to change the format here to ICO. And let's call this like icon.ico. Or another way is to go here and select the formats, scroll down until you find the ICO. So you can also do like this. And there you go. Now, we need now to export this. And that's it. The job is done. We have now a ICO. Now, you could also change here, and be careful that you have enough colors to display the text inside. So I can go down here because I only have black and white. And also perhaps I can do compressed. But you can see here it is giving us a notice that not all programs and older applications will not open this correctly. So you can try that. Let's leave it unchecked. And there you go. That's all you need to do. Now, since it's really difficult to draw something in this really small space, another way you can do this, let me just restart, is to create a new file. And let's make it like 320 times 320, so way bigger than before. And then I can create my design. You can see now the brush got really small, so I need to increase the size. There you go. So here I can be more, defined when I draw and when I do anything. And then when I finish, I can just go to image, scale image, and make it 32 times 32 and scale. So this is like the inverse operation. Now, if you already have perhaps like a logo or something that you want to turn into an ICO file, you can just open it. So I'm just going to open here logo that I have. So let me just find it. There you go. So you have some logos here. Let's say that I want to turn this into an ICO. So I'm going to open this. Okay. And perhaps I can also take off something with the crop tool. So let me just crop away some part of this, even though this is square. So I think it's this is good. Probably I just need to center this a little bit. There you go. And then I want to fill the rest with the white. I'm gonna invert this and fill this with the foreground color. Fill the rest of my layer or create a new layer and make it white underneath. So I'm gonna click and drag this underneath. So I have a nice white background and I can position this better perhaps. Okay, when I'm finished, I'm just gonna right click here and flatten everything out. So I'm just gonna like new layer, create a new layer from visible like this. There you go. And I can get rid of these if I don't want to keep them. Now I can also use a transparent background. So I can remove the background. If I just go here and select by color and click here in the white area and then press delete key, it's going to remove the white part, and then I'm ready to export this. So I'm going to go to File, Export, and again, it's going to be a ICO. So I'm going to go here, select by type, scroll down, find the ICO, and there you go. But before you do this, you want to make sure that you have the correct size. So let's go to Image and Scale Image first. You can see this is really big to be an ICO. So let's make it like 48 times 48, so a big ICO, and scale. So and I'm just going to deselect. So right click, select none. So zoom in and you can see that you have now the low res logo, which is good for your icon. So I'm going to go File, Export As. Again, we can go down here or we can just change here the name. So let's call this logo dot ico and that's going to be fine. And let's export now this format. There you go. And again, you can choose here. We can go down because we don't have many colors again. So even if I use one, it's good, and export. And that's it. That's all you need to do to create your icon and use it wherever you want. Now, this will be all for this short video guide. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to support us, please join the channel as a supporter. And check our other video courses and video guides, for example, in GIMP or in other graphic design software or 3D design, and so on. So thanks for watching. See you in the next.